The sun blazed over Miami's skyline pool as families laughed, kids splashed, and a whistle pierced the humid air. Then the laughter stopped. "Ma'am," the manager's voice sliced through the noise, "if you want to swim here, you've got to fit into this first." Grant Wolfe held up a tiny red bikini, still tagged, his grin sharp as the chlorine smell in the air. People turned. Phones tilted. Monique Taylor froze. 30 years old, full-figured, brown-skinned, wearing jean shorts and a white t-shirt. She had waited weeks for her one day off to finally swim. "I already bought a ticket," she said quietly. Grant shrugged. "Rules are rules. Our pool isn't made for heavy traffic." Laughter rippled from a sunbed nearby. A woman whispered, "She's really trying to swim." Monique's throat tightened. Her hands clenched the towel she'd brought to feel normal again. "Or," Grant added, lifting the bikini higher, "prove you fit the standards, then you can stay." Every eye burned like sunlight on glass. The whistle blew again. Silence. Monique's voice came steady, "Is that your policy, or just your prejudice?" A few heads turned. Something cracked inside the crowd's comfort. Grant leaned closer, lowering his tone. "Lady, don't make this bigger than it is. Some of us just prefer a certain look for our guests." She stepped back, her heel brushing the cool tile edge. For a second, the world shrank to the smell of sunscreen and the sound of Snickers. "Ma'am," a lifeguard muttered, "you're blocking the walkway." Her cheeks burned. She moved aside, hearing a mother whisper to her child, "That's why we go to private clubs." Tiny hurtful detail, a drop of sunscreen slid from her hairline onto her shirt, leaving a dark stain like a spotlight. She stared at it, humiliated. But beneath that sting, something older stirred, the same anger she'd swallowed when a teacher once said she didn't look like a lawyer. She took a slow breath. "What would you do," she asked softly, scanning the gawkers, "if this happened to you?" Grant smirked. "I'd be smart enough not to make a scene." Monique's phone buzzed inside her tote. One unread message from City Equal Rights Division, "Case opened, follow-up inspection scheduled today." She looked up. The faintest smile touched her lips. Grant thought she was leaving when she walked toward the exit. Instead, she stopped by the lifeguard chair, turned, and her voice carried. "You said the pool wasn't made for heavy traffic." "I agree, it's not built for the weight of discrimination." Murmurs rippled. Grant's face reddened. "You're done here." "Security." Two staffers stepped forward, hesitant. Then, from the gate, a man in a gray city polo approached, holding a clipboard. "Afternoon. I'm Inspector Ramos, City Equal Rights Division. We received a complaint about selective enforcement of dress code." Grant froze. This is a misunderstanding." Ramos raised an eyebrow. "Is it? Because your employee just sent me the live recording. Including the bikini part." Phones clicked. Someone whispered, "She called them before it even started." Monique met Grant's eyes. "No. I filed 3 cases against this facility weeks ago. Today was the follow-up." Grant's voice cracked. "You set me up." "No," she said evenly. "You set yourself up the moment you forgot the law applies in broad daylight too." Within minutes, the mood flipped. Ramos read the violations aloud: discriminatory policy, body-based exclusion, public humiliation. Corporate called on speakerphone. The regional director's voice boomed, "Grant Wolfe, you're relieved of duty pending investigation." A hush fell. Monique stepped closer to the water's edge. The sunlight shimmered across her reflection, soft, unashamed, free. She let her towel drop, revealing the plain navy swimsuit beneath her shirt. She said quietly, "This is what a swimmer looks like." Then she stepped into the pool. The water rippled outward, breaking the stillness, washing over the mocking laughter that had stained the air minutes earlier. Grant stood speechless as officers escorted him away for questioning. Someone clapped. Then another. Soon, the whole deck echoed with applause. Monique floated on her back, eyes closed against the sun. She whispered, "Public spaces aren't mirrors for your bias. They're for everyone." When she climbed out, Ramos handed her a copy of the citation. "Thank you, Ms. Taylor, for making this happen." She smiled, wringing water from her hair. "Justice doesn't always wear a robe," she said. "Sometimes it wears a swimsuit." The camera would fade as the red bikini still hung on Grant's abandoned clipboard, a bright, useless relic of arrogance. And the caption would read, "The day prejudice sank, one ripple at a time."